Hello everyone, welcome to Tony Talks. Wow. How are you doing? Anyway, taking koko kin now. Any gidi pataki. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for following us. And if you're new here, we say you're welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Power on. Bluetooth mode.
Hold on, ma. Go connect to Bluetooth.
Connected.
Okay. Oti connect. Oh yeah, ma. Sorry, hold on, ma.
Okay. Aunty Funmi met her husband through our father-in-law, who has a big fabric store at Bagi that my grandparents and some other people that have store at Bagi usually go to their store to buy materials in bulk. And her husband is a cheaper. He has a ship that brings material from Greece to Nigeria, to Bagi. When they met, they spoke, and Aunty Funmi.
No, not while she was married to be. No, it's not. She's talking about the first husband. Abi auntie.
Yes.
You are referring to Eba was Soros. Okay, dear ma. Oda pe sumo phone yin. Because even this is not that loud.
No.
Or is that the way your voice is?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, but if you can make it a bit louder. So, please, when you are talking, let us know, is it the first husband you are talking to, you are referring to, or the second? Okay, the Greek man.
Husband.
Okay, ma'am. All right, ma'am.
All the way from Greece.
Okay, ma'am.
Aunty Funmi likes her. They did the marriage, and her. Where Aunty Funmi did their dressing course.
You are fading away. Your voice is fading in between.
Okay, 1 second.
Are you using earpiece or anything?
I was using earpiece. I will take my earpiece off.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me better now?
Very clear now. Very clear and loud.
Okay. So Aunty Funmi was trained in Greece as an hairdresser and also learned both English and Greek language. And she had 3 children. Elena, Jonathan, that people are calling John.
John.
That prefer to be addressed as John. and Andrew. Now, as of that time, they have a property at Victoria Highland that the man resides whenever they go to Nigeria. While after Aunty Funmi has done the hairdressing course, because Aunty Funmi, she's very lovely, very jovial, and amiable. So she communicated with Aunty Ojolakwe Ojora. Because Aunty Ojolakwe Ojora have known her when she was working with her auntie who has a store at Baggy. So Aunty Ojolakwe then introduced her to all her friends that she does their hair. Both in Nigeria, because she has the dressing shop in Nigeria. After a while, the man called Aunty Funmi and said, it's better they separated. This is the first husband, though. They have property, family house on Bishop's Avenue at Hampstead. Anyone that knows London very well will know what I'm talking about when I say Bishop's Avenue. They call that avenue Millionaire Lane. Late Vodakindele had the property there on that lane, on that Bishop's Avenue. Now, when they separated, the man actually gave some properties to Aunty Funmi. Because the man is more into properties as well. He has a lot of property on Fortune Green, NW6, which is affluent area, Western Lane, affluent area as well. And he gave one shop to Aunty Funmi at that time. And the rest of the flat on top of that shop is a commercial property. That shop was actually opposite Fortune Green Play Center. And the family house that Aunty Funmi was living then, Aunty Funmi moved out of the house that the man gave to her. When she started dating this Isaac, this man, and got a council property. But in affluent area at the same time.
Okay.
Then, the way we know Aunty Funmi was, they always call the boy their little brother, and he always called her auntie, 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 auntie. She was the chairperson at his wedding, this second husband of hers. She was the chairperson at the wedding when the man was getting married to his first wife. All of a sudden, we saw Aunty Funmi getting pregnant. You know, I said she's a private person. She never disclosed when the pregnancy belongs to. She had a child. She did the naming ceremony. Then the girls started bullying Aunty Funmi all over the whole place. The
first wife?
And they haven't got the
first wife of
that man's wife.
Okay.
That was how we know that it was the man that owns the pregnancy.
Okay.
And the next thing, yes. And the next thing we see is Aunty Funmi married the gentleman legally at Camden Council Registry and gave him paper. Fast forwarding, Aunty Funmi didn't abandon any of his children. He's a loving mother. He's a very caring mother. But the children witnessed so many times when this man beat the woman.
Can I quickly ask you a question? Do you know the early years of those children?
I don't know much about their early years, but I know that they went to private school.
What do you know when Aunty Funmi came to London?
Aunty Funmi came to London in the 90s, early 90s.
Okay. Do you know there was a point that the children, the firstborn and the lastborn, were in London while she was living in Nigeria?
They were in private school while she was running her own business, her own salon
Back
at
in
Victoria
Nigeria.
Island.
Okay. So it was not a foster parent's home.
No, it wasn't a foster parent home. No. Their father was aware of it because their father wants them to even understand Greek language.
But do you know this period, or that was what you were told?
That was what I know.
You were told, or you know? Because you just say you don't know the early years of those children.
That was what Auntie said.
Okay. All right. So go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Now, fast forwarding, Elena went to law school. She finished her law degree and all that. She resigned the man. And if I was in her own position, I will resign the man myself. Because if I witness a gentleman beating my mom.
Okay, so Elena resented the
man.
The man. Okay.
Yes.
Right from onset.
Because of the abuse.
Oh, there was abuse.
There was abuse. The man always beats Aunty Funmi. That man.
How did you know this man?
Because the man is very, very promiscuous. He likes women.
Liking women is not the same thing as abuse. How did you know it was abusive? Who told you? Did she tell you?
When he finished beating Aunty Funmi and Aunty Funmi comes out.
Okay.
Or I go to her to get my hair done. You will see the eyes. Because Aunty Funmi is very, very fair in complexion. And she uses cream as well. Very reddish. You will see punches signs on her face. And she will use perfect finish to cover it up because she doesn't want people to know.
Oh, you have seen that? You saw that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Then, and when you start to raise that, she will say, no. She will not allow anyone to intervene, to get involved in that abuse. I think she enjoys the beating. I don't know. May her soul rest in peace. Fast forward, after Elena's wedding, I witnessed the wedding. I was there. It was Elena's father and Aunty Funmi that wore same material. And some of their friends that bought that material, I think they sold it 500 pounds as of that time. Yeah? That bought that same material and the head tie. They were all there. As we enter the reception of that wedding, to the right and to the left, it was stacks of crystal ceramic plates, exclusive ceramic plates, because that is a Greek tradition. I was even joking with my sister that I'm going to take 6 plates to go home. This ceramic plate, I won't miss it all. The next thing that we see is we just saw them that they were cracking it as their tradition. At that wedding, people of dignitaries were there that bought that same material. People of high class, high caliber, they were at that party from Nigeria. Alaja Kubura was there with her daughter. Aunty Ojolape was there, and Chief Kunle Ojora. They were all there. Buki Saraki was there, and her husband. They all attended that wedding. It was at Connaught Hall. And this man was just going round, blapping, and the man appreciated him and said, oh, thank you. Let me say thank you to Isaac for being in the life of my children. You know, he's a Greek man, so he needs to appreciate that. But he doesn't know that the abuse that Auntie Funmi run away from him, she's facing that abuse in the relationship that she got herself involved in.
Okay, you know the first husband abused her.
Yes.
Okay. So the second one was abusing her too.
Exactly. And it was the man, the first one that actually requested for divorce.
Okay.
Okay. After the wedding, let's fast forward. Auntie opened a restaurant for this man because it doesn't work. It's Auntie that always give him money.
Which man did she open a restaurant for?
Isaac.
The second husband. Okay.
And Angela and Angie's dad. They opened a restaurant on Harrow Road. After Auntie has finished at the salon, or the high class people like Chief Bolonshaw, Alakija, after she's gone to their house to do their hair for them and all that, then she will come back to that restaurant and cook. After a while, the manager, when the lease of the shop expired, they closed it down because they are not making any profit.
Can I ask you a question, ma'am?
Yes.
You said something that Mr. Isaac was married when Auntie Funmi started dating him, right?
Well, let me reiterate properly.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, Auntie Funmi was present at their wedding.
At their wedding, yes, as like probably big sister.
Exactly, and she was the chairperson at that wedding.
Okay.
So
then how
when
come
they started,
you said it was not working?
Maybe they started their relationship before then.
Either before then or after.
It was after.
What I'm trying to bring out is that if he was not working, how come, and he did wedding for the first wife, right? And if he was not working, how come Auntie Funmi started dating him without working? You said it was not working.
Auntie Funmi sponsored the wedding.
She sponsored his wedding with the guy and the first wife.
And the first wife.
Okay. So if that was the case, what did she find out?
Myself and one of our friends, Auntie Wosila, you were at that wedding. Because I was driving classic car then. I won't say much more than that. I was driving one of these expensive classic cars then. So we were at the wedding.
Agreed. I've gotten that part. I'm just looking at what could be the attraction. Why Auntie Funmi had to start dating him.
Only God knows. That is between the 12 then.
Okay. So for a woman to date somebody, whatever way the person is,
that she was dating the guy.
So I don't think us setting the man up should be a big deal here. And Emma Binoma, you know why? She saw him. She saw him the way he is, and she decided to get pregnant for him, marry him. So we shouldn't put the blame solely on the man.
No.
Okay.
I'm not putting blame on the man.
Okay, can we fast forward?
My own point of contention is the property that man is owing that says Auntie Funmi willed to him. It will return those properties back to the children.
Okay. That is your own bone of contention.
Because Auntie Funmi acquired those properties from Elena's father.
Which property are you talking of now, ma'am?
The house in Victoria Island in Nigeria.
You know there is a house in Victoria Island?
Of course.
Okay.
The property on Fortune Green, where Aunty Funmi's hair salon was before.
She bought